Hello everyone. In this video, we will talk about Deque, that is in the collections module. Collections provide a range of useful functions and Deque is one of them. DEQUE, pronounced as Deque, stands for double-ended queue, which acts similar to lists, but they are preferred when we need faster append and pops at either ends of the sequence. It takes only a constant time, that is order of 1, to perform these operations. A Deque is imported from the collections module, and to create a Deque, type DEQUE followed by parentheses. This creates an empty Deque. If we run the program, we can see an empty Deque. A Deque accepts an iterable such as lists. Let me create a list and pass it in the Deque constructor. If I run, we can see the Deque just prints the numbers. We can limit the number of elements a Deque can contain using the maxlen argument. Let me specify maxlen equals 3. So if the number of elements exceeds the maxlen, then the least recently inserted element will be removed and other elements shift towards the front of the queue and make room for the recently entered element. So we can see that 1 and 2 are removed as they are least recent. So if I append a new number to the Deque, you can see that number 3 is no longer there. So as we insert elements to the end, the elements at the front are removed to satisfy maxlen condition. So let's print the directory of Deque to see the methods that it can support. We can see that it supports similar methods to lists in addition to 4 extra methods: append left, extend left, pop left, and rotate. You know that append adds an element at the end, then append left adds an element at the beginning. So if I use append left and pass an element 90, you can see that it is added to the beginning of Deque. This is a lot faster than if we used insert to add an element to the beginning of the list. Let me have list K with few random numbers. As we know, the extend method inserts the elements of the iterable to the end of the lists, but the extend left method inserts the elements to the beginning of the Deque. So let me use the extend method and pass in K. This results in reversing order of the elements in the lists that we pass. So the elements of the lists K are now in the beginning of the Deque, but are inserted in reverse order. Pop left removes an element from the beginning of the list and returns it. So if we print the result and the resultant Deque, we can see that 1 is returned and the Deque no longer has 1 in it. A rotate method can be manually implemented like this example. We are using a for loop and make it run up to the n value, which is the number of steps, and implementing this d.append of d.popleft. This rotates the element to the left. So if we print the result for each iteration of the loop, you can see the Deque being shifted one by one. So pop left pops the first element and returns it. This value is appended at the end. So this results in the Deque being shifted one time to the left. In the next step, 2 is popped and appended to the end. And next, 3 is popped and appended. Changing this to d.append left of d.pop rotates the elements to the right. Now we can see the last element is popped and appended to the front, making it shifted one time to the right. 5 is popped and inserted at the front. 4 is popped and inserted, and so on. So we can perform the same in the rotate method more easily. It takes an integer as an argument. This rotates the Deque by steps specified by the number of times. If I pass a positive number, 1 in our case, then this rotates the elements to the right one time. If I pass 2, then the elements are rotated 2 steps to the right, while negative 2 rotates to the left by 2 steps.